Fleedle diddle. Excuse me. This is called I'm a Gay Fish. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh fan fiction. Excuse me. Pardon me, I just had french fries. Honestly, with gold like that, I couldn't resist. So here you go. Yu-Gi-Oh fandom, have a solid Yami X Yugi Cracktastic fic. Anju posted her results from the quiz, what mythical creature are you? On her Facebook wall. She was a unicorn. And while Yugi didn't know or care about it, as he was studying for his Egyptian history exam, he looked over it while his other self said, I'd bet I would be a sphinx. Stranger sentences have been said in their bed, strangely enough, during sex. God damn it. But Yugi was still puzzled. A sphinx? He asked, and Yami, who formerly known as Atem, or the other Yugi, depending on who you ask, shifted the laptop on his belt to show him Anju's quiz results. Yugi struggled not to sigh, once again wishing there was a dual monsters tournament going on so his other self wouldn't spend all his time playing Farmville and taking silly Facebook quizzes because it's Egyptian. His other self smirked in reply, and Yugi pointed his pencil at him. Technically, you'd be an Androsphinx, he began, only to pout as Yami quickly rolled his eyes, mumbling history geek, as he returned to the laptop. He clicked on the quiz and Yugi sighed, going back to the ancient Egyptian and ancient Chinese trade relations. He but looked up again when Yami said quietly, What? Other me? Yugi asked curiously, seeing Yami was staring at the screen with confused and horrified expression on his face. Yugi leaned over to see his screen and then blinked, wondering if he had read the results correctly. You're a vampire mermaid? The picture was one of a man-eating mermaids from the man-eating mermaids from Pirates of the Caribbean movie, and Yugi looked it over again before he snorted. He couldn't help the reaction, beginning to giggle when Yami gave him a dark glare. You're a vampire mermaid. How did you get that result? I answered the question, his other self protested, gesturing wildly. How is a vampire mermaid even a mythical creature? That doesn't make sense. Yugi didn't know or really care. It was too funny and too rare of a moment to pass up. He sobered up quickly, coughed, and said, I don't know, other me. It might be accurate, he said innocently, and Yami's eyes glare grew darker. Yugi grinned, showing all his teeth. Do you like to swim? Do you bite? And with all that jewelry you wear, you glitter like the sun. Excuse me. Yami sat up quickly and playfully tried to smother him with a pillow. Yugi laughed and squirmed, and there were several soft bites in between the laptop before falling off the bed. Alright, Yami snapped finally, his hair a mess, and he sat up and panted for air. He was straddling Yugi's waist, and Yugi grunted like he grabbed his textbook, clapped it on his stomach, and set his laptop on it. Let's see what you are, partner, he growled, and Yugi pursed his lips to keep himself from laughing. I won't be a vampire mermaid, he pointed out. Then he poked his other self's thighs repeatedly. You'd better answer like me. Shut up, Yami growled, slapping his fingers and then growling, I swear, if you're a goddamn Androsphinx, I'm challenging the quiz maker to a dark game. Leave them be. They're probably some 14-year-old being silly, Yugi drawled, and then, unable to resist, he muttered, So, if you're a vampire mermaid, does that mean you're a gay fish? What? What the fuck does that have to do with it? Never mind. His other selves glared at him, and Yugi bit his lip in a grin, smirking with his hands up and down, firm thighs. Yami mumbled a few of the questions, and under his breath, being his other self, he knew exactly how Yugi would answer, and clicked the button. He had that determined look in his eyes, and Yugi knew he was mentally wishing for just as crazy, if not crazier, results. That didn't seem to be the case when his other selves fell to his what the hell look and stared at the screen. What is it? Yugi asked curiously, and his other self turned the laptop around to show him. Yugi read it and blinked twice, then blinked once, then twice. I'm a space fairy? The picture was of said fairy in blue astronaut uniform, her bug wings free against a starry background. It was the oddest picture Yugi had ever seen. She had big cartoon eyes that sparkled, but her suit was big in the front, making her look like she was pregnant. Is this an alien's mythical creature? Yugi wondered out loud, frowning. And why am I pregnant? I don't know, partner, Yami said quietly in a horrified expression on his face. Yugi looked up at him and wondered if Yugi is a pregnant space fairy. Was being filed in weird, never role-playing this in bed folded in his head? The poor Millennium Puzzle. Yugi thought, wondering how a pregnant space fairy and a vampire mermaid would translate inside their soul worms. Yami squeezed his eyes shut with a sigh, and then turned the laptop back around to face him. You might have a point, partner, he muttered, and Yugi lifted his eyebrows, silently asking what he meant. Maybe I shouldn't spend so much time on Facebook. I really don't want to be a gay fish/vampire mermaid today. Yugi smiled, reaching up to brush golden locks from his other self's cheek. Yami then glanced at him, glanced back at the screen, then he smirked. Say something about this quiz. I, Yugi Moto, am a pregnant space. He never finished that sentence, as Yugi managed to wiggle free and shove the laptop away. It almost fell off the bed again, along with Yugi's textbooks. As they began to wrestle with each other, it quickly turned into a groping session, and then into a you're a shiny vampire mermaid, and you're going to be a pregnant space fairy romp in the sheets. Fantastic. Afterwards, with his other self dozed off like he always did, Yugi fished out his laptop under the couple covers. He ignored the 20 comments that appeared on the post, logged out of his account, and logged into his other self's page. He hummed evilly as he found the quiz, ignoring his friend's comments once again, and clicked on it. You're a gay fish, other me. He muttered as the first question came up, and he chose to answer he knew his other self would pick. He couldn't wait for the results. Fantastic. This is the stupidest shit ever. And it's also the end.